Hey, this is Jeremy Bennett with J&J Power Sports. In this video, what I want to do is I want to show you how simple it is to change out the weights in your Variator clutch on your 49cc scooter, okay? Now, before we go into that, I want to touch base on a couple of quick points about Variator weights. Now, the rule of thumb is this: the lighter the Variator weight that you have, the faster the takeoff you're going to get in your scooter, but the lower the top speed you'll actually have. Now, the other rule of thumb is this: the opposite would be true. The heavier the Variator weight you run, the faster top speed you will get, but you won't get a very fast takeoff. So what you'll want to do is kind of experiment a little bit with maybe some different Variator weights and things like that. Now, if you go to our website, jnjpowersports.com, I'll put a link down here in the description if you're seeing this on YouTube. But if you go there, we actually give away Variator weights for free. So all we do is ask that you pay the shipping and handling on that, but you actually get the weights for free. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and look at our engine here and talk a little bit about some of the components that we can actually see on the video. As you can tell, I've already got the side cover removed from this engine. It's just a handful of bolts that you take off. It's no big deal, real easy to do. And right up here, what we have, this is actually our starter Bendix, and what that does when the starter engages, this gear will shoot out. It's spring-loaded, and it will hit on this gear. This is actually going to turn the engine over and start your scooter, okay? Now, behind the Variator fan and everything, we actually have the Variator clutch. Now, to get this off, it can be kind of a challenge. It just depends on, how tight that nut is on your scooter, okay? Now, most scooters, it's going to be on a 59 or a 49cc, it's going to be like a 17mm wrench. Now, if you have an impact wrench like this one right here that makes it a lot easier to take off, if you don't have one, or even if you have an impact wrench, you may need some kind of a strap wrench like this to kind of lock it on there to hold it in place. But sometimes you may not even need this, but this is some of the tools you may need to have. So you'll definitely need a, at least a 17mm wrench, socket set, or an impact, and maybe possibly even a strap wrench like this. So let's go ahead and take this off, and I will show you how easy it is to take off, and changing the weights is even easier, okay? So take this off. We're just going to use our impact, remove the nut. I'm going to slide it. Now, when you slide this off, just be careful. There's actually a little washer and stuff in here, and this isn't all together. This actually comes apart, so just be careful. Make sure that all stays together for you. Now, then what we want to do is just take our belt, slide our belt off, and you can just kind of push it down here. You can push this together. That way it's easier to put back on. Now, when you take out your Variator, okay, what you want to do is just reach all the way back behind it. There's actually a back to it that holds the weights in, so you can slide that thing completely off so your weights don't go falling out everywhere. Now, there's also what you're going to have here is your spacer for your Variator. That actually goes over your drive shaft there. Now, once you get your Variator out, and I'll stand up for this to see it, you can see this is the front of the Variator, and when you go to put this back on, you want to make sure you clean this with some alcohol or something like that. Make sure there's no oil or residue on there, because this could make your belt slip. But on the back of it, what you're going to do is you're just going to simply remove this cover. Now, this has little plastic tabs and ears on it, so make sure if they fall off or something like that, make sure you get those put back on, or you're going to have some slippage and everything in there. But then inside of here, these are the Variator weights themselves. It's real easy. All they do is they just pop in there, and they just roll, back and forth in there. And that's all it is to it. The hardest thing about changing the Variator is actually probably getting the Variator clutch off of your scooter. But once you get this thing off, changing the weights is just as simply as dropping them in. Now, the one thing you'll want to do when you get in there, look at your Variator a little bit, see if there's any wear marks or anything like that. You'll check the rollers, see if there's any flat spots on your rollers. If you're hearing some noise out of your Variator when you're riding, you probably got some flat spots on your rollers or something like that. So just kind of give it a good look through, and it may be time to buy a new Variator as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get this thing put back on, but super simple to do, super simple you can do by yourself. No need to pay somebody to do this for you. But, if you'd like some free Variator weights, go to our website, jnjpowersports.com. Again, I'll put a link down there if you're seeing this on YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to our channel. You can also like us on Facebook as well. But I would be happy to send you out some free Variator weights. Just cover the shipping and handling fee on that, and we'll ship those directly out to you. So this is Jeremy Bennett with J&J Power Sports. Hope you got some value out of this video. Hope you learned something. If you have any questions at all, reach out to us. Best way to reach out to us is going to be via email, or you can hit us up on a Facebook Messenger. We'll be happy to contact and talk to you there as well. But you know, again, if you have any questions, you can also leave them in the comments below. But the best way to get a hold of us would be through email at jeremy.venup@hotmail.com. But or just go to our website, jnjpowersports.com, and you can send us an email there as well. So have a great day. Hope you got some value, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.